be able to create a lot of energy and bend the bar and launch high enough to have time and be efficient enough to start twisting. So, you know, whoever's doing your level 6 clear hips, they're really important. Just like we talked about the flyway, we've got to get basic shaping and teach how to get away from the bar and create energy. And that starts right there. And if that doesn't happen, it's unlikely that you ever get here. Moving up the skill. So what this is a timeline for you. Make sure that you go back extension and hold, and that the armpits make it all the way over the hands. So right there, I'd like to see her a little more this direction. Okay. And you see she's finishing her shoulders. Great throw. Better still, do it like this. And I'll show you one in the next film where you use a wedge. Strap bar taps. You're going to see her get in here and do the actual tap motion of a neck. And I really encourage you to do this because you can do several at a time. I like to see her pushing back and opening a little harder and bending the bar a little more on the front side. But that strap bar thing is critical. Now, I want to warn you, let's stop for a second. If you do the strap bar, when you do arch, kick, throw, stand there. Did you see when she went to the press, her body got a little loose? I've seen kids buckle and hurt themselves. So you've got to, at first I would recommend supporting them and making sure they don't, you know, the kids that are hypermobile, they'll go across and collapse. So spot at first, make sure that they know how to feel the support. How many of you use a PVC? All right, so put PVC on one side of the bar, and then put another one on the other side. So that when the kids are doing straps, there's two kids in, standing on their backs. One kid slides out, does her turn, goes over, the other kid's already in, and she slides over and goes. If you have a low strap bar and a high strap bar, and you have them set up that way, you can have 4 kids knocking out a ton of reps in 10 minutes. And I mean a ton. And she's doing a couple things. She's learning how to rotate her hips and land safely. One of the common errors in a reverse set is that when they reverse and now they go to rotate, they jackknife their legs back into them. How many of you have those? That's a really common problem. You know why they do that? Because everything in the world tells them, if I do this with my feet, I'm going to hit the bar. And that's self-preservation. And I'll show you a couple of drills of that here in a minute. Light swing lead-ups, here it is. This is really a great way to go. And you know what? You will get in shape doing this. All right? And we talked about this at boot camp a lot. I think this is a necessary step, whether you use a belt or not. I'm a belt guy, but I use this step. And I've used it with a 140-pound girl. So we usually give them 1, 2, 3, here you go. And then you just go. And that's the start. And it gives them such a good feel for the move. It really does. And you can really pay attention to finishing the shoulders. And so now we're just going to basically incorporate from a cast the same thing. You'll see here in a minute. I'll be honest with you, this is one of the things I don't do. I never let them do a kick to a press, not spotted, on a set of bars. Because here's what I've learned about timers. Handspring front timer, what happens on a really good one? You get hurt. Same thing on the reverse side. You do the right tap and the right motion, and the motion takes you off the bar. That's what it's designed to do. So the only way not to get taken off the bar is to do what? Okay. Do a crumbing one. Same thing with the handspring front. The only way you can really do a timer and not endanger yourself is do a crumbing one. So why warm up with a crumbing one? That's my thing. I don't want them to do it. She's killing a little bit of the swing. And now we do the toss. So on those days, you get a young coach in your gym to get over there, help you, and away you go. slow mo. One other thing that I like to do with this is, I'll let her go. You guys can see the spot, it's the back and the shoulders. Awesome. You're ready. Kneel. Kneel. Now, something that these kids are doing, and I don't know if it's by design, is, did you notice on the downswing? And you can see her head position is in. She picks up a 90 right there. And the direction of her swing is going where? It's going up. Then as she's going up, she complements by moving her shoulders. But the direction of the skill is set with what? The tap swing and the scoop of the legs. The legs aren't going over and they're not going forward. They might be going a little bit forward. They're going up and forward, but mostly up. That's the key part of the skill. And then her head is buried, her shoulders are completely extended, and she does a great job of recovering, sitting up, and rotating her feet. One of the reasons why this works is how far this kid stretches out. She stretches out, she's going to bend that bar massively, right? And that's what makes her successful. The other thing I like is right now, look at her upper back, right? It's rounded. She's going to load that bar. Watch the bar bend now. When you bend the bar that much, you're going to go up. Okay, now I'm just going to let it roll. And I really am kind of praying that she catches, because it sucks when they come down that high and land on you. All right, so there's the same back extension drill. You're going to see many of the same drills broken out. See, her armpits are over her hands. I like that. I'm sorry? Her head was a little bit out, could have been buried. Here's the back extension one you already saw. Back extension of press, and her arms are not even, but there her head is in. You saw that? Here's an isolation drill where I take the shoulders away from them, and they kick, and they sit up. So I took their shoulders away from them. I make them do it in their hips. Back extension, sit up. So I always do that kick, sit up one before I do the backward extension one. That's my lead up.
Can you show the kick one without the...
I'm sorry?
Can you show the previous one again without
Can
just
you
the
go,
kick?
I don't know if you can go back or not. We'll try. Hopefully you can. So we go here, and they counter rotate all the way, hopefully to their stomach. This is, if you don't have that awesome tramp that Tom has, you use a ball, and they do the ball bounce and sit up. This is a poor man's tumble trap. Now guys, I'm going to warn you. If you do this drill, you will wear the hair off the inside of your legs. The ball's a little abusive. This is for the rotation of the hips where the kids jackknife. Reset her in a 90, and then I go, okay, show me how you open up. Notice there's a resi pit there. So now she's cleared her shoulders and her hips, and she goes down to her stomach. This is a cool drill. It isolates the motion they're going to do up higher, right? And it's very effective for teaching them how to rotate. Spot this the first time. And do you notice there's a big mat there, and her feet are barely clearing. You don't do this into an 8-inch mat with this much drop, they will land on their noggin. You barely clear their feet, spot their chest the first time, make sure you slow them down. Swing to throw down. I think this is a good connection here. They swing, they tap, they move to the 90, and they throw. Her head's out. She's not deep enough in the pipe. Other than that, it's perfect. Shoulder extension drill. Now, you get kids that short throw. So stop her right there. Right now. So all I'm drilling is the final movement of the shoulder. And this is very effective for chapage. Right? You know how they have to finish a chapage? And it looks silly, but kids that are weak in the shoulder, in their throw, they'll do 3 sets of 10 of these, for a couple weeks, and I'll start seeing a better throw and a better motion. The head moves down while she does it. You have to find out what the height of the I always put a panel mat for the little kids. I go, you need a booster chair. So you have to find the correct height. Strap bar tap drill we did in the other Tom's video, he does it. See the bar bounce? That's a good sign. Cradle Tkatchev drill is, this is Tom in action and me, 2 old guys. She's lucky to survive. And she sits on the bar, and then the next one would be standing on the bar and then toss them over. Tinkerbell drill. Okay, so I'm a belt guy. So to prepare them for the belt, we'll stop it when she's in the setup right there. To prepare them for the belt and what's going to happen after I've done all the other drills, I preset them in a stretch shape. The fulcrum of the belt is, a couple feet off of where they are. And I just put tension on the belt, and their goal is to sit up and rotate through and go to their stomach. And this is preparatory for going from all the hands-on throat drills to now I'm going to put you in a belt. I like belts. And the only thing I'll tell you about it is, I'm going to warn you, every time you put a kid in a belt, you look at everything. Every time. You look at the way the ropes wrap, you look at where the ropes are, you look at everything every time. It's like flying an airplane, you go through a checklist. Because sooner or later, you're working with someone, you turn around, they flip the belt, they've gotten distracted, they flip the belt over the wrong way, they cast it, and you're like going, uh-oh. They're going, it happens. So please, that was on cables. And I cinched everything up, I thought pretty good, and when she let go, the cables dropped about 6 inches. So there wasn't quite enough room. She was in a pit, but she kind of went bonk, and went, oh. Oops. All right, so no matter what you do, don't be discouraged if that's the first one you see, because that's self-preservation right there. How many of you have gotten that? I've done all these drills, and then they look like that? Really? So then you just get patient, and you work, give them some time for the drills to sink in, and it starts growing and growing, and starts rotating a little bit better. Okay, I'm going to show you. She's going to jump 1 inch off the floor and then push back. She's going to hit her chest before she hits her legs. Now move this way. Okay, so jump. And you're going to see that little bit of flop. This is for that early tap method. Now, even in a late tap method, I like to see the feet elevate as the shoulders go down, even in a late tap. You can do that down there too. That's good. Do that again. That's impressive. So I'll put my hand on her leg. I hold, go, jump. I'll hold the leg up, and I'll push the shoulder down. And it gives them that. And they can do this from a swing too. Swing up, create a little angle, then do that motion. Larry does that a lot. And I think it's real valid. The important thing is that it's not a loose or uncontrolled motion. There is tension in the body. There is some tension in the legs and in the back. It's not completely noodle body.